welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Jaji. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to stay a little bit. So if all goes as planned, then this is actually going to be my first video for 2022. I hope you guys all had a good new year and everything, but I wanted to kick off the new year with a very informational video to help you guys. So I'm aware that a lot of you guys want to become YouTubers, and I think 2022 is the perfect time for you guys to do that. You guys ask me, how did I start? What should I do? How should I do this? How should I do that? In today's video, I'm going to be answering a whole bunch of you guys' questions about becoming a YouTuber in 2022. It's never too late. It's never too early. Just start now. If you ever needed a sign, if you're asking for a sign, I am the sign. Start your channel today. What I did was I went on my Instagram, which if you don't follow me, you missed out on that. But I will be doing a part 2 to this video because there's a lot to cover. It is at Jaji Dior on Instagram, so make sure you guys follow that. When I'm not on YouTube, I'm usually on Instagram, and I ask you guys a lot of YouTube related questions on there, so definitely go follow that. Okay, so first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Jada, more commonly known as Jaji Dior on YouTube, which is what you guys are watching me on. I started YouTube back in 2020. It was April, I believe, of 2020, and here I am like a year and 8 months later, and everything is going good. That's just kind of my background or whatever. That's kind of like my credibility, I guess, how long I've had experience and so on and so forth. Now we're gonna get to the specific questions, and we're gonna start off with equipment. So the first question is, what are the essentials? If I'm being honest with you, you really don't need anything but an iPhone. And I would say a more updated iPhone, definitely. You can film on a phone, you can edit on a phone, and you can upload on a phone, and those are the only 3 things that you need. The second question is, what is the appropriate time to get a camera? Now, I got my camera that July, so April, May, June. I got my camera 3 months after me starting YouTube, but that was only because I was having a storage issue with my phone. Other than that, I would still use my phone, still to this day. Sometimes when I'm out and I don't feel like using my camera, I use my phone. Again, you definitely don't need a camera at any point in time. I would definitely say if your phone is working for you, then it's working for you. You don't need a camera until you run into complications, things of that nature. If you don't have enough storage, if you choose that you want to update your quality, or you've done research on a camera that you really want, but there's never really any set time. Nobody's gonna force you to get a camera. Your growth will not stop because you don't get a camera. People are not gonna dislike you because you don't have a camera. At the time of me getting a camera, I think I was already at like 20K, so it doesn't really matter. You don't need a camera. Nobody's gonna put a gun to your head and tell you that you need a camera. The next question is, do you need a MacBook? I know you see all of us YouTubers with MacBooks, but no, you don't. Not all editors work on MacBooks. My editor actually doesn't work on a MacBook. I use my iPad, but again, you can use your phone. I don't really know too much about phone editors, so you will have to do a little bit more research on that, but you definitely don't need a MacBook. The next question is camera recommendations. Now again, everything is catered to you. Everything is the look that you want to go for. A lot of people use 90s cameras because they want that old film look. Some people use the really updated cameras because they just care about quality. Me personally, for a vlogging camera, I use the Sony Zv1, which is what I'm filming on right now. I also do have the Canon M50, which is what I use to film my sit down videos on. Starting not to like this camera a little bit, but I know a lot of people that also vlog with this camera. This is also another good camera, and the Canon G7X is also another good beginner vlogging camera. The next question is, what is your editor? I use Lumafusion. It's a $30 app. You can only download it on iPhones and iPads. You can't download it on a computer, even if it's an Apple computer. It's only for the phones and the iPads. Somebody asked how to edit. I can't really answer that question. Just whatever editor you're using, I suggest you do your research on YouTube, and you learn as you go. Editing tips / making it easier. I've heard a lot of people say they go through in 3 rounds. They do rough cuts, they add little edits and stuff, and then they do like their music or whatever, and then they finalize it. Me personally, I can't tell you what to do to make editing easier because editing is still hard for me. If I get bored with certain section of the video, I'm gonna move on. So I really can't tell you. I just kind of go with it, and however long it takes me is however long it takes me. The next question is, how long does editing take? Literally an entire day. If I want to finish a video in a day, I can do it in a day. But hours, definitely. Like, it depends on what type of video you're editing. If you're a simple cut and dry edit, don't worry about it. Your time's not gonna take you that long. But if you go into intricate details and putting pop-ups and sounds and stuff like that, then it's definitely gonna take you longer than the average Joe. The next question is, biggest hassle while editing? For me, it's just sitting through it. Sometimes I don't want to sit through it, but once I start to get more closer to my finished product, then I'm more satisfied. I start to calm down. I start to enjoy it more. But when everything is very like like just raw and like I'm having 2-3 hours of footage that I have to cut down. It gets very overwhelming. Sitting through it can definitely be one of the hardest things to do. The next question is, do you have a management team? I put this under equipment because it's not really equipment, but it is one of those things behind the scenes that can help you out. Me personally, no, I don't have a manager because I don't like to split my money, if I'm being honest with you. But no, a manager is not mandatory. You can definitely handle things by yourself. If that's the route that you want to go, again, I just suggest you do your research before you get into anything like that, because you are signing contracts. The next question is, should I invest in an editor or learn myself? When they say invest in an editor, they mean a whole separate person that edits their videos for them. I just think when you're starting a channel, it's best to learn everything yourself first before you start depending on other people. That way, if all else fails, if everybody else on this world goes gone, ghost, then you have yourself and you can still create what you need to create. I taught myself everything. I never had an editor. I never really had anybody sit down and do anything for me when it came to YouTube. And I feel like that's the great thing about it, because I don't need anybody to do anything. I don't need anybody to film. Don't need anybody to edit. Don't need anybody to post. I don't need anybody to promote. I don't need anybody for anything. Just learn how to do it yourself before investing in an editor. Is it hard transitioning from a phone to a camera and a laptop? Again, I was never fully using my phone, but in terms of going from a camera or a phone to a camera, it is a little tricky just because you're not going to understand cameras until you understand them, if that makes any sense. And I would definitely say it's difficult in terms of getting used to settings and things like that. But again, just like everything else, YouTube is going to help you learn how to start YouTube. And they have like literally cameras for dummies. Like, it's so easy to figure it out. You know, you sit there, just watch like a little 20-30 minute video and you'll learn everything that you need to know about your camera. If anything, it's a luxury. Like, you know, it makes everything easier. It makes things more, you know, it flows better. Where do I get my music for my videos? A lot of my music is from SoundCloud. I usually search up an artist and then enter lo-fi right behind it, or I look up a specific song that I want and then I put the word reworked because it's a reworked song. It's basically the voice of somebody over a different beat. So you'll hear the song and you'll know the song, but the beat won't really match to what the actual song is, and that kind of prevents you from getting copyrighted. Technically, you still could get copyrighted if YouTube wanted to be, you know, nitpicky, but that helps me escape it every time. The next category we're going into is basic knowledge, and these are just some things that I want to make sure I get in here before you start YouTube that I think a lot of you guys need to know. So one of the things that nobody told me before starting YouTube is you need to have background music. So basically what background music is this. You hear that? That's background music. Basically, if you are filming a sit-down video or even a vlog, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's always music playing in my video. Whether it's low, whether it's over a montage, but there's always music playing, because when you don't have music playing, it kind of sounds like this. And it's just very empty. Like, do you hear how it just sounds completely different from the last clip? So definitely make sure you're putting music behind your videos, even if it's just a low little elevator music, or, you know, if you want to put your favorite song, 9 times out of 10, it won't get copyrighted if it's really low and you're talking over it. Make sure you have some type of music in the background. That's definitely something nobody told me. My first videos was very echoey. It just sounded like I was in a box. The next thing is thumbnails. Thumbnails are so important, and I think you guys know this, but I need to remind you guys again. Please, 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 if you're gonna take anything from this video, make sure your thumbnail is spick and span. When nobody knows you on YouTube, understand that a thumbnail is literally your first impression. I've clicked on so many thumbnails of smaller YouTubers that I thought were bigger YouTubers because their thumbnails were just so clean and just so nice, and that's what's gonna get you your viewers. If your thumbnail looks like it's a screenshot from a blurry video, nobody's gonna click on it. And even if you're going for a simplistic one, make sure the simplistic thumbnail is very clean. Make sure it's exactly what you're going for. Make sure it's presentable, and please make sure that it's not half-assed, because I'm telling you right now, I've been through it and it's not something that you want to go through. A thumbnail is so important. You can have a super good video and a bad thumbnail, and people are not even gonna understand that your video is good because the thumbnail is bad. Make sure your thumbnails are good. One thing that I do to make sure that I have my thumbnails ready is I take the thumbnail before I do the video. If you're doing vlogs, if you're going to the supermarket, if you're going to the nail salon, make sure you get pictures of your nails. Make sure you get pictures of the nail salon. Wherever you're going, make sure you get pictures there, because it's gonna play a very big role in your video later on. Now that I've gone on a 2-minute tangent about thumbnails, the next tip that I have for you guys is consistency is key. 2 times a week. I don't want to hear no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you are not where you want to be, you need to be uploading 2 to 3 times a week, because you have to understand that YouTube is a lottery. YouTube is a lottery, and your videos are your lottery tickets. The more videos that you put in is the more chances that YouTube is going to recognize you and you're going to hit the lottery. So you have to make sure that you're putting in your entries, because if you upload once a month, YouTube is gonna forget about you. I would definitely go for 2 to 3 times a week. That's what I'm even aiming for, and I already have somewhat of a platform, but I'm still aiming for 2 to 3 times a week. Another thing, titles. Make sure that your titles make sense. Make sure that there's something that people can search up. So you posting a video called making chocolate strawberries in the kitchen with my mom at 3 a.m. Who is searching that up? So the likeliness of somebody seeing that is gonna be very low. You have to assume that nobody cares about nothing you're talking about. They simply care about what your video is about. So you have to give them something to care about. When I say notable titles, I mean things like what's on my iPhone. People really don't care whose iPhone it is. They just care about what's on the iPhone. Sneaker collections. They don't really care about you. They care about the sneakers. That's what made me grow. Back to school is a really good time to start videos for girls. You know, do the back to school prep, do the back to school hauls, do the back to school get ready with me. Do it all. Also, promoting yourself. How do you promote yourself? I never paid anybody to promote me. I never asked anybody to promote me. If they wanted to, they did. If they didn't, they didn't. Guys, again, just the hard truth. People are not going to support you until it's popular to support you. Expect to have nobody by your side. Even your closest peoples, they're probably not going to share your video. It is what it is. It really is what it is. You just have to be your #1 fan and understand. Promote your video until you can't no more. Promote your video until people are tired of seeing it. It doesn't matter. It's gonna help you in the long run. Promote, promote, promote. Every video needs to be posted on your story, on your Snapchat, everywhere. Make sure you post your video. You are the best promotion. If you want to go ahead and pay somebody else for promotion, that's one thing, but I just feel like paid promotion doesn't work, and I feel like it brings unauthentic people to your page. I don't know, that's just how I feel. There are a bunch of people that, you know, do promotions. I do promotions on my page. A lot of people have said they've grown from it. That's their personal preference, but me, I did it the organic way. Now, kind of going on to the, you know, nobody supports me kind of thing, we're gonna go into the mindset behind YouTube. So the first question was how to stop comparing myself to others. There's no telltale way of like how to stop comparing yourself. You just kind of have to stop and understand that there's thousands of people that are blowing up on YouTube right now, and every single one of them are different. So why do you feel as though you need to be the same as somebody else to get to where they're at? It's not true. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own niche. Everyone has their own videos, their own style, their own, you know, accents. Like literally everybody is different. So you can't think that, you know, there's a cookie cutter way to blowing up or a cookie cutter way of getting to 100K. There's not. Every single one of us is different, but all of us are growing. Okay, so my camera just randomly died. If you guys are new here, it happens every single video. I apologize. Next thing is dealing with negativity. One thing about me, I don't deal with it. If you leave a hate comment under my video, I'm gonna heart it or I'm gonna delete it and just act like it was never there. Like I said, again, I was born in New York, so things don't really hurt me. I done heard it all. We done been there, did that. Like we done been cracking jokes on each other since we was 3 years old in 1st grade. Like I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm gonna delete you. I'm gonna block you from my channel, delete your comment, block you on Instagram, whatever I gotta do. I don't deal with negativity. I don't do that. I don't kiki back and forth in the comments. I don't do that. So the next category is actually filming. This is not a long category just because you film what you want. You know, that's your creative ability. That's where you roam free. Just film. Just do what you want. Film how you want. Film the footage you want. Whatever footage you're going for is what you film. Someone said, how do I film in public? I wish there was an answer to this because I would love to hear it. You just have to do it. Again, like a lot of these things, it's no way around it. You can't film in public without filming in public. The only thing I could say to make it easier is montages are definitely my go-to. If I don't want to talk to a camera in public, I'll just, you know, set my camera up somewhere, or, you know, just, you know, have it held real low and just, you know, record the scenery, record the things that I'm picking up, record the cash register, put it all in a montage. That's usually the easy way out. But other than that, filming in public is always gonna be hard. It's hard for everybody. Obviously, we know, like, talking to ourselves in the camera is a very difficult thing to do, which is why I say being a YouTuber is not the easiest thing in the world. But if you want to do it, these are things that you have to face. Being comfortable talking to a camera, knowing what to say, and confidence tips. Once you learn how to talk to a camera, because again, these are things that you have to teach yourself. This is like a skill almost. It's not natural. We don't talk to cameras. That's not what we do. We don't talk to ourselves. So you just have to practice. Just talk to your camera about what you did in school today, or, you know, tell your camera the drama the same way you would tell your friend the drama. And once you start to get comfortable and do that, then talking to a camera becomes really easy. It's a no-brainer for me now. Like, I done talked to a camera so many times that I just be I be having conversations with myself, baby, because right now it's really just me and me, but when you see this, it's gonna be me and you. But you know, I be looking a little crazy sometimes too. Now we're gonna go into growing your channel, which I feel like is a very important section. Best way to promote, again, like I said, promote yourself. Make sure you're promoting on Instagram, Snapchat, everything. Promote everywhere. Make sure you're promoting. The next thing, how many times should I upload? Damn, did I answer all these questions already? 2 to 3 times a week, definitely, for sure. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Videos to start with, I gave you guys kind of like a glimpse into it, but I think some really good recommendations. Write these down. What's on my iPhone videos? Really good. Any back to school themed video is also really good. If you're planning on buying a car or moving out anytime soon, those are also really good videos. If you have a large sneaker collection, those are really good videos, especially if you're a female. I can't really think of any more off the top of my head, but I would just say also look for the trends. You guys remember when the like that girl routine videos were coming out? That'll be a good time to throw your video in. Or again, back to school time, great time to throw your video in. Waking up at 5 a.m. every day or waking up at 6 a.m., 7, whatever. That was a good trend to hop on. It's like a stock market. Sometimes you get trends, sometimes you don't. When you do see or notice those occurring trends, make sure to throw a video or 2 out there during that time. Like, that's definitely a good time to go ahead and, you know, toss your videos out. Coming up with ideas, again, that kind of falls into the same kind of conversation. Just if you see a creator that you like do a video, you can definitely go ahead and copy their video. Give credit where credit is due, but make it your own. Like, don't copy it word for word. Don't copy and paste. Don't do that, because I've had it done to me. Don't do that. Do not do that. Honestly, YouTube is very repetitive. The only thing that makes everybody different is just their personalities. Put your own twist on it. Change the title a little bit. Change the thumbnail. Don't copy and paste. Is a vlog a good starter video? I don't think any random vlog is a good starter video, but if you want to throw out a day in the life, that's a trend, believe it or not. Like, day in the lives, week in the lives, those are actually trendy videos. Not every video has to be like, you know, searchable. It could be like, you know, do a searchable title, throw in your 2 daily vlogs, put in another video, put in another daily vlog, put in whatever you want to put in. It's your channel. But no, a vlog isn't a bad video to start off with. I would just say, like, make your thumbnail interesting and, you know, put something notable in the title. Like, you know, if a new pair of sneakers came out and you bought those, make sure to put that in the title. If you bought a new phone, put that in the title. Anything interesting, make it interesting. Do you think collabing is beneficial? Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, I've never collabed with anybody. The reason I do that is not because of anything that I have against anybody. I have a lot of YouTuber friends. Collabs aren't really my thing for my own specific reasons. I like to kind of keep myself in my own channel, keep my brands very, you know, what I want to put out, not what other people want to put out. So that's kind of why I don't collab. Collabing is definitely a very obvious way to grow your channel. You're literally expanding yourself to somebody else's channel and to completely new viewers, and that brings, you know, people to your channel. So of course, yes, collabing definitely is one of the good ways to grow your channel. How do you get more watch hours? Because if you guys don't know, to get monetized, you need 4,000 watch hours, which is a lot, and you need at least 1,000 subscribers in order to start making some money from this red and white app. There is 2 ways to get more watch hours, and that is 1, upload like crazy. Make sure you're uploading. You need a lot of uploads for people to get your watch hours up. If you don't have content, people are not going to continue to watch the same video over and over and over and over and over. You need to have new content. Another way to make your watch hours longer is making sure your video is interactive the whole way through. Make sure at every moment there's something happening. You don't ever want it to be a dull moment when you want somebody to watch the whole video because you're trying to get your watch hours up. So, you know, add your little jokes, add the funny sound effects, add the pop-ups. Make sure to go that extra mile to keep people engaged throughout the entire video. If you have this one part of your video where you're just kind of ranting for 20 minutes straight, somebody might get bored and they'll click off, and that kind of screws up your watch hour time. Also, doing informational videos like this, for example, is, you know, a good way to get your watch hours up, because people are watching through the entire video because you're dropping information on them that they want to know. So if you have an expertise in something, whether it be nails, hair, haircuts for boys, sneakers, whatever it is, if you're giving people information that they want to know, they're gonna watch the entire video. For example, if you watch this far in the video, that's because you care about what I'm saying. You care about tips on being a YouTuber. The same way someone would care about you talking about how to mow a lawn properly for 30 minutes, because I want to know. So again, just make sure you're either uploading a whole bunch. That'll drive your watch hours. Make sure that, you know, everything is interesting the whole way through. Make sure you're keeping people engaged, or just talk about something people are going to care about the entire way. Drop information that is valuable, make them not want to click off. That's basically how you get your watch hours up. Watch hours are definitely one of those things that's gonna kind of beat you in the head when you first see it and you first come in contact with it, but don't worry about it. Just honestly, don't worry about numbers, don't worry about anything like that. That was also another question, how to not let numbers affect you. Don't worry about numbers, because at the end of the day, once you put that video out, it's out. You can't affect what the numbers are gonna do. You can't affect if it's gonna do good or bad. If it's gonna do good, it's gonna do good whether you watch it or not. You can't make the video do better once it's out of your hands. You can't make the video do worse. You can't make it do anything. So once the video is out of your hands, do not dwell on the numbers. It's gonna get, if it's gonna go viral when you sleep, it's gonna go viral when you sleep, and watching it overnight is not gonna make it go viral. Let your video do what your video is gonna do. Once your video is out, that's it, on to the next one. Worry about what you're gonna film next. Last but not least, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. I feel like it's already long, and if you didn't think I talked too much before, you definitely think so now. So the last thing we're gonna go into is sponsors, and you guys wanted to know the tea on sponsors. You guys are so caught up in the sponsors. I'm gonna give you guys a little sprinkle on what I know about sponsors. So first things first, if you guys do want to get a sponsor, make sure you have a business email. That's it. You need a business email. It's not hard to create an email. We're all grown here. We know how to create emails. Create a new email and make sure you're putting business email blank with that email in all the description box of all of your videos, because if somebody sees one random video and you forget to put that email, they're not gonna know how to contact you. Again, like I said, business email is very important because they need to contact you some way, and that's how they're gonna do it. So now that you have your business email set up, it says what attracts sponsors. If you want to be very blunt about it, what attracts them is what you put out. If you want hair sponsors, you have to make hair content. If you want clothing sponsors, you have to make clothing content. They're going to scout people that are putting out things that are related to their brand. The next thing is, how much should I charge sponsors? Now, if I'm being honest with you, one thing that I definitely think would serve me well with the manager is determining my worth when it comes to sponsors. There is no correct answer for this. However you feel like you should price yourself is what you should charge. Whatever you feel like your work is worth, whatever engagement you feel like your channel has, then that's what you need to put out. That's what you need to price yourself at. It depends on what a sponsor wants me to do. If it's very work heavy, if I have to edit an entire video, if how long the video has to be, what it has to be about. That's how I price myself. Do sponsors pay you as well as gifting items? And for me, yes. So they do usually send me items, and then once the video is completed, I do get a payment for it. Like I said, every company is different. Some companies I don't get paid for at all. I just get compensation through the items they send me. Some I get an extra, you know, a couple money on the side. Some is just, you know, everybody's different. How long did it take you to get your first sponsor? My first sponsor was from Shein, and what I did was I actually bought from them and then did a haul, and then kind of came to them with my analytics and was like, listen, they like me, they like you, let's get it popping. I got it, I think within my second month. I had 9K, which I gained 10K in 2 months of me being on YouTube. So when I hit 9K, which was in my first 2 months, I had a Shein sponsor, and that was my first sponsor, and that's how I got it. The last question I'm gonna answer for today, because my camera's about to do something dumb again. One thing I dislike about sponsors is their disregard for your time. They don't really care about what you have going on. Hair companies can be very annoying and constantly texting you and like, hey, when are you gonna get the video done? It's like, girl, I told you I was getting a video done next week. Don't text me again. It just gets a little crazy sometimes, but definitely deadlines are a pain in the ass sometimes. All right, so that is the end of this video. I'm kind of trying to hurry this out because my camera is overheating and I don't want it to stop again. If you guys have any questions that I didn't answer in this video or you would like me to expand on, want to make a part 2 because I don't feel like I got every single thing. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like and subscribe to stay a little bit longer. I hope that after seeing this, a lot of you guys are motivated to start your channels, and if you do, make sure to send it to me on Instagram through my DM. I definitely like watching you guys, you know, upload, because when you become my favorite YouTuber, I don't want to hear nothing. I want to have my uploads ready. Like I said, I want all of you guys to start your YouTube channels, and again, 2022 is a perfect time to do that. So start your channel. Dior out of here.